22nd of February, so I'm going to sell some seeds today, make a start on it. You know, the weather's still not great outside, it's still very, very wet and rainy, so I was hoping to do this in a polytunnel, but it just keeps chucking it down, so the sound will just be drumming against the polytunnel all the time. So I thought, well, I'll resort to bringing it all back in the kitchen, and I washed my pots and that, and my trays and everything last night, just to make sure everything was sort of clean. I don't usually give them that much of a wash, but they've been sort of slung about here and there through the winter, so they're a bit muddy, so they're all clean, what I'm going to be using today anyway. So I've sown some of the onions, but I've just saved one tray to show you how I sowed them. Also, plenty of other stuff to sow, you know, all my brassicas, some lettuce, sweet peas, peppers, spring onions. I'm not doing my tomatoes today, I'm going to wait another week for them, I think, another week or two. But if you've got nowhere that's under cover, don't worry about it, there's still time. So they're going to be sort of germinated on the windowsill in the kitchen here, which is north facing, but they don't really need that much light to germinate, it's more the warmth they need. But once they start to appear through the compost, I mean, don't wait until they're right through, just as soon as you start to see some of them coming up, they need that daylight, so maximise the light. And a little drop in temperature helps as well, it just slows them down, encourages like that more root and top growth rather than all being top and then going leggy and falling over. And they just, well, some things that you can sort of recover from being leggy, but things like tomatoes you can just plant them deeper, but a lot of things they don't do as well. So we shall make a start with filling some pots. Compost I'm using is I got a bag of some Levington multi-purpose compost when I was at the supermarket the other day. They had some on offer, so I thought, well, it's quite fibrous and mine's not got much fibre in it my own, so I've just done a 50-50 mix of my own compost with the Levington's multi-purpose, put it through a sieve and just added vermiculite. So it's half and half, and probably, if we did it on scoops, there's 5 scoops of each, and then I've got 2 scoops of vermiculite in here as well. It's just a fine grade vermiculite, sort of ranging anything between sort of 1 and 4 mil chunks. I've got some more compost down in a bucket here, which is basically some of this compost with some more vermiculite, and that's just for topping the pots off with, so it's not too heavy on top. Things like lettuce seeds don't like to be too waterlogged and too compacted on top, so I think sometimes just a bit more vermiculite just helps them sort of lift the heads through. Especially things like peppers. Peppers I tend to do just vermiculite on top, as do with tomatoes sometimes. So we'll get started. I'm just going to fill some trays up and that. So predominantly I don't tend to sow anything direct these days into the ground. Sometimes I'll do beetroot and carrots obviously, but sometimes parsnips when I do them. I don't think I'll be doing any parsnips this year, but you never know. Nothing's been planned this year, so you know, everything outside is as it was. Not been back up to the plot since. It's just going to be too wet, and obviously spring is going to come. When spring comes, you just need this weather to dry up to allow the ground to dry, so I could do some work. But I'll just have to sort of support the plants in seed trays and pots until the ground is ready, because it'll suddenly happen. You know, as it always does through April. It could be wet through April, as long as it's not too cold in April. And that sun's at right high in the sky, the season begins, because the weeds and the grass and all that will start growing. So if your plants are ready, good to go. Well, it seems like a long way off, but it's not. You know, I mean, it's probably about, 50 days, 50, 60 days. And I'm hoping to have the entire plot planted up, and I've not done any preparation there yet. So I am miles behind, which is kind of unlike me, to be honest, but just a situation, I guess. So I'm going to be using, got some normal seed trays here, but I've got these little sections. I've got these online, a company called Stewart. I can't remember what they are now. I think they're about 40 mil deep, 50 mil across, or maybe 70 mil across, and 200 mil long. If I can think on, I'll put a link in the description below for these. So to fill these up, just simply, I'm going to use a spare one as well. I'll show you how to fill one, then I'll probably I'll fill a load up, and then I tend to do that. I'll fill everything up, and then I'll start the sowing then. So I'm just going to one of them. I'll move the camera a bit closer so you can actually see when I actually come to doing the sowing anyway. So I'm just going to lightly fill it to the top, almost the top anyway. Just level it off like so. I've got another one of these. I'm just going to press it down. But I'll do another one in front of the camera, a bit closer. I'm not going to press it down too hard. That drops it down, probably anywhere between sort of 5 to 10 mil down, which is enough. And that's as simple as that, really. It doesn't take long to load all your trays up. So I'll bring the camera a bit closer. I'm going to load a few camera a bit closer if you can't see a bit better. So I've actually even pre-done some labels. I'll probably misplace a few of them as I go along. I'm not exactly that organised. I've tried to organise the best I can. That's just, yeah, compost just lightly in like that. Okay, so it's somewhere near the top. Get one of them. Press it down. And there you have it. Simple as that. Just repeat that process. Might as well leave the camera running for what how long it'll take. Yeah, it's been quite a wet winter, this one. It's the wettest one I've known for a few years anyway. Which will persevere because, you know, it's February, so it's going to be a coldish month, but then you've got March and April, that's it. And it's all systems go. But yeah, I've not had much time as such to get anything done. And what little time I do get sometimes, it just depends if I've got the actual energy for it. I've been having a bit of a rough do with the chronic fatigue. I've been busy with band as well, so it's all having a bit of a knock-on effect. And obviously when you look out the window you think, oh, I can't get anything done today. I've not even started chitting my potatoes yet either, so if you want to, you know, you can start them now. Somewhere frost-free, nice and light. There's plenty of videos online how to chip potatoes, so just basically looking out for little eyelets and keep them on the top of the actual potato. You know, so egg boxes, trays, anything like that. Just expose them to light, and that way you don't get big long leggy chits on them. Right, so we'll sow these. These are all the brassicas. So look, the cauliflower. I'll just take a little bit more compost out of that, I think. What you can do with these, you see, you can actually, most of the time I do pre-soak them. You know, you can load them all up like that, stick them in a tray of water for like, you know, a minute, something like that, and then pull them out, and then let them drain overnight, and then sow your seeds the following day. Because that way the compost will only hold on to what water it can hold on to. Right, so I've got a Clapton. I've got some of last year's seeds, and I've got a new pack, but I'm going to try and use up some of my old seeds because I'm fed up of finding half packets. Oh, Clapton, grown it quite a few years now. Not so many seeds in that one. Some scissors. So I'm using DT Browns for Clapton. Use any seed company you like. Tell you what I have found with a lot of seeds is when you buy them, and this pack I bought this year. You know this, and it says in here they were packed year ending 2022. Oh, they were packed July 2022. So these seeds are like nearly 2 years old already. I mean, they're saying they're good till 2025, but they're not fresh seed. You know, so it's a bit, I don't know. I think sometimes, you know, as every year, you get less chance of germination because they're F1 seeds, they're not that cheap. But I did try I have got some seeds from another company called, I think it's Seed Megastore. A bit of a faff on the delivery, took a while, but price wise, downside cheaper. But it's the problem with F1 seeds, you don't get so many, making sure I get them all out. What's them all? Yes, I think I paid about £3.50 for that. You know, I mean, they're supposed to be 30 seeds. Well, I know I need 24 to germinate, so I had 4 out of the other one. I've just dropped one. Right, so I'm just going to basically scatter these over the top of that compost. Like so. They're all scattered. And then, you know, you could lightly sieve that over the top, but I'm not going to. Just going to, because brassicas are pretty tough at getting through stuff anyway. So I'll just smooth it off like that. Get me other one, just not too hard, just lightly press that. All that does is it just make sure the seed's got contact. Labelling, shouldn't I label it? I'll show you at the end there. And then I'm going to get this tray with some water beside me here. Just going to put about, I don't know, about 1 centimetre in that. And pop that in. And it'll just start to wick up the water. You know, it doesn't take long. I wouldn't like put them in there and just forget about them because they'll end up quite waterlogged. But because your seeds are up at the top, they're not getting like buried in a load of sludgy compost or washing out. Right, Durham Early. These are from Premier Seeds. You know, they're not in a fancy packet or anything, but they are down south cheaper. I've never had any problems with Premier Seeds, to be honest. It's just like I say, sometimes I have to get different varieties. I mean, it's probably about 500 seeds, is it? Probably 1,000, 10 grams if you get one of counting them. There's that many. So, this is Durham Early. It's grown for like a green. Quite a few of these because when you want like a spring green to grow, you just plant them closer together rather than like, you know, your cabbage needs sort of like, well, I give them sort of 15, 18 inches. That's them. There. Right, so pull that out now. It's long enough to soak for the moment. I can always re-add to it after. Right, across to there. I've got another tray. Do with the tray without a hole in the holes in the bottom of it for now, but never mind. We shall see how we go. Same again with that one. Compost over the top. See, what can happen sometimes if it dries out too much on top, or the seeds aren't quite deep enough, it struggles to soften up the actual seed. So you can end up with little, you know, plants coming up, and the seed actually staying stuck on it, and that's just the seed hasn't got quite wet enough to soften up where, you know, the leaves can push it off. You know, it does happen to me quite a bit, but I'd rather that than complete failure of germination. Right, so what's this? This is a quails. This is me broccoli. So I've got some leftover seed from last year. Get rid of that. I need to get some more of this quails anyway for me. Late planting is probably up to for 15 seeds there. These are from DT Browns as well. I think a quails is actually their own. Hopefully, you know, within sort of most of these will be up within sort of 5 to 10 days. You know, and I know I could do with like at least 24 of each of these. That's what I can fit in my raised bed. There we go. Get that all lightly put in there, that's all. Label. So once you get going, it won't take long at all. The other thing is, it's like when all these come, when you prick all these out, they obviously expand in size and go from, like, you know, small little strips like that to great big seed trays. We've got here Rigoletto. So look, these are still in there. I don't need as many of these. Probably, I don't know, anywhere between sort of 5 and 10 will do. They do stand really well. Because these are all seed, these, so I might as well just sow all these. There's no doubt there'll be a few people down there, once I get down there, that haven't started sowing anything. So they end up just getting what's left over at some of the garden centres. But I've got some seedlings left. You can have them. Same with that. I mean, I'll top this water up in this tray because it's nearly supped it all. You can always run like a little watering can, you know, because I've still got this little, the world's slowest watering can. Really slow. But don't mind that because it doesn't flood your seeds. Wash them out. Right, I've got 2 varieties I'm putting in. I'm putting some golden acre and I'm going to do some swede. Bit early for, you know, swede, I guess, but not doing many of them. It's because I've got a bit of space this year because I'm not doing the giant onions this year. I haven't sown any anyway. I haven't got any seeds, so I probably won't have a year off the giant stuff, I think. I'll just do some sweet candled carrots. But, it's just trying to keep things as simple as I can this year, just to get a crop. See how I manage this year. I'm going to sow the swede at this half. The only seeds I haven't got is celery. I've got a few left from about 2-year-old the seeds. So I need to get some more. What's this? These are 3 years old, these seeds. Cabbage golden acre. Supposed to be still viable till December this year. It's like a nice little sort of summer cabbage, this. They're nice, but it's trying to, like any cabbage, I guess. It's not so nice when you get some, the slugs have been through them. So we can just chop that up. Right, press that down. Let me golden acre label that end, and the swede one that end. So now there should be nothing about in the middle. That's pretty much all the brassicas done. You know, so the next phase will be pricking out probably in about 3 weeks, something like that. Once they're about 1 inch high, something like that, I'll prick them out. The brassicas. Lettuce I tend to prick out as small as I can handle them. Right, I'll do this onions next. I'm basically using these, there's 48 little modules. They're about 15mm each one, to tape it down thinner at the bottom. You could sow onion seeds direct in these and prick them out, you know, or buy onion sets if you want, you know, because it can be hit and miss with seeds. Again, I'm sowing some old seed. I've got a new pack, but this is only like last year's seed, so they're in foil packs, so they should still be alright. They're in date, still alright for another 18 months yet, apparently. But I'll have to say, you know, I've had seeds fail a lot the last few years, to be honest, but you get them from a different company, you know, and you can fill half a tray with a different company, and you know, it just goes show, you know, it's not you, sometimes it is bad seed. So I should try my best with this to try and get what I've dipped little holes, a little dibber I put down somewhere. I'll pre-dib some holes just to a centimetre deep. It's just that top part there. I'll dib that down in each one of these. They've been soaked from the bottom as well, so it's just a case of try and get about one in each hole. Always find it's easier to do these outside in bright sunshine, to be honest, but bright sunshine's wishful thinking. Be nice to just get some sunshine. But yeah, I'm just a bit concerned about how wet the plot's going to be, you know, because it's got a lot of drying out to do. You know, because I need to dig the potato bed over, really. But yeah, I can't rush it and try and do it all in one because I'll just knacker myself up. You know, I'm trying to pace myself best I can with this fatigue thing, but yeah, it's a struggle, to be honest. I think that's them all. With a little torch here, so I'll just have a quick look-see. This one, that first hole, I found a spare seed there. One that needs nestling down. You don't have to do this. I mean, some of them, you do tend to get a few that don't germinate when it's like this. But as long as you can get like, you know, 70%, you're fine. But with this one, I'm going to put this through a sieve. Just basically, just enough to fill all the holes up. That's all. Pat it down with the back of my hand like that. Right, top off. Now, because onion seeds do like the compost a little bit wetter, because the seed's really hard. So I'm just going to give these a quick water. Don't need much, just a little bit, just to sell that compost down. And then we'll load some more trays up ready for lettuce. Right, just timed that right, because my dad had just got out of bed, so I've just sorted him out. He's got his cup of tea and his cup of coffee, and his TV mag and that. And it's his birthday today, it's his 78th birthday, so I'll just give him his card and that. So I'll come out here and get this done. Family coming round after as well. So we're going to do the little gems next. Fill them exactly the same. I'm just going to top them with some different stuff, just more vermiculite in it really. So instead of sprinkling these by hand, I'm just going to tap them out of the packet. Sometimes they come out big clumps. The idea is just spread them about a bit. Now, I do use a lot of this sort of, you know, cost type lettuce. for cane, so I tend to try and sow them as successional as I can. I've never been one for successional sowing. You sort of like think, oh, I better sow some more, and then they either fail to germinate or something else goes wrong with them. So you just I try and keep an eye on it. So when they're kind of starting, he's about to start eating them, or they're about ready to harvest, I'll sow some more. That's just got more vermiculite in it, this. There. Then again, just lightly press it. That way then, when they come up, hopefully there's enough sort of grip there which will hold onto the actual seed itself, and it can pull out. Same again, give it a soak. Because I know that stuff's gone through a sieve already, I can just sprinkle that on top of the next one. Right, next one we've got here, celery. So celery I'm going to do exactly the same, because I haven't got that many seeds. I'll probably get some more at some point, just depends. I mean, I don't need many celery plants. Celery seeds are tiny. Some people just put them on top of damp compost and keep them in like a little polythene or a propagator and just let them germinate off the top, which is fine. I've done that way as well, works okay. Same with celeriac. Celeriac, tricky for that is sow it fairly early, I found. But the seeds are absolutely tiny for celery. Try and get them out of the corner of the pack. So there's probably about 30 there anyway, so if I get good germination I won't need to buy any more. So I'm just going to try and spread them best I can across the top of here. You know, so I've tried to save a few quid this year and not bought a load of seeds. I've only bought about 7 or 8 packs, I think. So they're all in there, so I'm just going to cover that lightly. I'm just all going to go into a seed tray with a propagator lid on it. I'll probably leave it open for a couple of days, just to try and get rid of any excess moisture. Just you just want the compost to hold on to what it's capable of holding on to without being waterlogged. It has a natural drainage, and that way then the bottom will always remain wetter than the top, so which that just encourages the roots to get down. I'll do some rocket next. Wild rocket, not salad rocket. Doesn't like really hot weather, so if you've got a semi-shaded area, or you can grow it early in the year, late in the year, but right in the sort of peak of summer, it can struggle. Just keep picking, as it starts to go to seed, just keep pulling the seed flowers off, and you can keep cropping it for ages. I've got this variety here called Artemis, I think that's what it's called anyway. So I'm just going to sprinkle these, probably order some more of these. Sprinkle these in this half. I'll have to watch out because it's got some of my own compost in it. You know, get some little weeds germinate. End up pricking them out because everything kind of looks the same when it's a bit that 2-leaf stage. This is an old pack of seed. This is called Wild Rocket. This very similar to the Artemis. Like it's just I find it's a bit more peppery. Wild Rocket, so it's just something nice to mix in the salad. These are Frankie seeds. not cheap, but you do, because you get a lot of them. Pretty much similar size to celery seeds, to be honest. These are very small. If you've got a patch of soil that's already raked and everything, in a couple of weeks, you could just sort of like broadcast, mix some salad leaves up, different lettuce, and just broadcast them across the ground. Do a little mixed bed growing, just keep picking them. Because I tend to just, the only ones I grow for full leaf, well, for full heads are the cos. Everything else I just use as cut and come again. Well, rocket and Artemis. So I'll pull these two have had plenty long enough to soak now. I can tell by the weight of them. I'm going to try and move these across to the tray. I can drain down with their own accord. So that celery is called, the variety's called Blush. So once I've got them all done, I'll show you where I'm going to germinate everything. It's nothing special. So I've got two varieties here. I've got Lola Rossa and Mazur. Find my seeds from. So Lola Rossa and Mazur. There we go. Seeds are from Simply Seed. These were. No, Grow Seeds. .co.uk. Good sturdy. I like these packets. Same again. Just going to broadcast them like that over the halfway. Swap these labels around. Like these Mazur seeds, DT Browns, says on here, July 22. And so, over 18-month old already. Still pay full whack for them. It's not on really. So both these I have is that cut and come again. There. Oops, a daisy. So I like doing the all the later sowings because usually you do them right in the summer. You can be outside, nice daylight. You just have to watch the for drying compost out that time of year though, because the sun can be a bit of your enemy. So you kind of head for the more shaded areas, morning sun or evening sunshine. Pop that in there to soak. Top the water up again. And some usually like just empty here. I've got some an old milk container here. To fill it with water, just so I like to get everything to the same sort of temperature, so I'm not whacking icy cold water on it. It's only tap water, rainwater would be better, but we use what we've got. New Red Fire and Grenoble Red. Grenoble Red, these seeds still in date. I've had the odd time and it's been tricky. This is 2022 on that pack, so see how we get on. These. So plenty of them just in case. New Red Fire. Another variety I've got from the whatever it's called, the seedmegastore.co.uk. Not affiliated with any of these. I've never used this megastore before, as I say. Nice and affordable prices. Bit of a long haul on delivery though. I had to message them a couple of times to remind them. Took about 2 weeks for the seeds to come. They ended up sending them on like a special 24-hour because I hadn't received them. So alright, so we've got the Grenoble Red and the New Red Fire. It's going to be a long vid this, but you know, it's a stack of information and there's so many things that are getting sown here, you know, hundreds of plants, well, hundreds of seeds. You know, I think onions, I think I've sown all together. With 300 seeds. You know, it sounds a lot, but if you only get like 60% or 70% germination, that soon whittles the numbers down. So that's all the lettuce and everything done. So I'll pull the rocket out, move that across to there. Alright, what have we got now? There's a look. It's the peppers and that now, I think. What I did about 3 or 4 days ago, I got some the bell pepper seeds, which are my own from last year. Look at these. I had a good, you know, good year for peppers, so took some seed. I just sort of, not chitted them, I just sort of like started them. They're not sprouted or anything. You can leave them till they sprout if you want, but just to get them juiced up ready. Sometimes the thing when you put them in compost, they need that sort of, you know, week or so to start absorbing some liquid. It's a bit fiddlier because you've got obviously wet seeds that want to stick to your fingers, but we shall manage. So I'm just going to sort of spread these out. I've got 12 here. I'm just going to lightly sort of spread these out to a degree. Keep them like flat side down. Don't really matter too much about spacings this sort of stage. And as soon as you've got like, you know, the first true leaves, that's if they germinate. I don't see why not, but these things happen. Normally I'd probably just put plain vermiculite on top of that, but I'm going to actually use some of this this stuff because it is a fairly light mix. Like so. Spread that over as best I can. Is not to bury them too deeply. Rule of thumb is sort of twice the thickness of the seed is enough. That's the giant bell pepper. Usually I'd sow these a bit early, to be honest. Bell peppers, you know, so you can get some red ones. I think last year I was pricking them out start of January, so I must have sown them in December last year, or very, very beginning of January anyway. And then here we have basket of fire and cayenne. I haven't got any Apache seeds. I'm not too worried because I think I managed to overwinter my Apache plants in the attic actually under a light, so I'll see how they pan out. I could do with doing them with jalapenos as well, but I'll do them in a separate pot. I think I'll just do them the same as these. So my basket of fire are just basically, these are my chilies from last year. Just dry them out, break them up, get some seeds out. It should be alright. They've been sort of on a rack above the radiator, so I hope they've not been sort of like cooked the life out of them. So I'm just going to pop some in my hand. Well, quite a few. I mean, all of them are just out of one. That'll do for them. Let's see, cayenne. We've got I might actually try and sneak 3 lots of peppers in here, just try to muddle them up. Yeah, so I've just got a few seeds here. 2. Got 3 here actually pre-wet up, so in there. Let's see cayenne, and then I'll just put some of these jalapenos, which are from my own seed from last year. Put like a little cluster of them in the middle. And hopefully I'll be able to differentiate the gap. And the same again, get the old sit out. I just need to put another label in the middle for that, so. That sieve's, I think it's about 4mm, that sieve. Well, put it that way. Basket of fire. Okay, I'll have to just sort another one out saying the jalapenos in the middle. Top up my water again. Right, next, what have we got next? Spring onions. I'll probably leave the sweet peas till next video, I think. Right, spring onions. Move some of that stuff over there. Right, I've already got a tray filled here. You can sort of pre-soak it if you want. Probably easy to have pre-soaked it, to be honest, but we'll see how it goes. I do have a dibber somewhere, but I don't know what I've done with it. Here it is. So I'm just going to dib a little hole, not too deep, about a centimetre of that. This is just one of them 40 cell trays that's got damage, and I've managed to cut a section out of it to use as a 20 module. Spring onions, the variety is Ishikura, so I'm looking to sort of sow anywhere between sort of 5 and 10 per module. Same again, these need a fair good soak from the bottom because, like I say, onion seeds are really hard. Some people seem to struggle with onion seeds sometimes. It's because of quite a tough seed. Don't know how many went in there. It's kind of like a bit of a pinch and a sprinkle and go with that. There's stacks of different varieties of spring onions. I tend to not grow white Lisbon just because it's been in the ground a while. It can get goes a bit like a bulb, you know. These don't tend to. For me, it's trying to pick them small enough. You always hesitate and you think, oh, I'll get another week, and then by the time you've picked the last bunch, it can get a bit chewy. Right, so I'll use some of this other compost because I don't want this to be drying out too much. Cover that, don't like that. I'm tampering down this because I want to make sure them seeds are really in good contact. And I'll soak this until I see the actual top of it going dark. You know, because they're not right deep down in the compost where it's likely to get whether it'll rot off or anything. And then put that in that tray of water. Yeah, I'll do sweet peas as well. I'll just over it like so. I'll do one tray of sweet peas for now. I'll do the other one off camera. Because that's everything done then. Get cleared up. It'll be a long video, but like I said, there's loads in it. So, I've had these for years, these 40 cell modules. Mix a bit of that compost together like that. Just basically spread it in. You know, sweet peas are probably like deeper ones to be honest, but it'd be fine. A little bit of room. I'm just going to drop it like that. I'll just make sure it gets bulk of it down. Take off your excess. Like so. Use a dibber for this, but I'm going to use, I think, a Sharpie. I just found they're a bit better for peas and sweet corn, things like that. So, Sharpie, going to go down about, 3/4 inch maybe. So you better off sometimes pre-soaking your tray, and then it's less likely to crumble back in the hole. So just eyeing it up off that little mark there. I put the sweet peas in some water last night to soak. I only actually podded them last night. The varieties my mum's, the Hilda's makes, I've not managed to give any away because I didn't get many seeds this year, to be honest. And they're not the best, so I'm hoping I can get a decent crop this year to spruce up the seeds a bit. I mean, I've got seeds from years gone by, you know, each year I've saved some, but obviously they're only much, you know, 2 years, and they tend to go a bit past it, sweet peas, so. But even if I've got something like that, Mum died 6 years ago, so I mean, all the seeds I got out, that's all I got, you know, not many. Right, we did cut a lot for in the house last year. So I soaked them in some water. You know, some have plumped right up, but others haven't, so sometimes it's good to give them, you know, 2 or 3 days to really plump up, you know, but you don't even have to soak them. So I'm just going to try and drop one in each hole. That one. And these, you're okay if you want to sow these direct, you can sow them direct, you know, this time of year they'll germinate, take a bit longer to germinate, but you know, they are pretty hardy. I'm just going to get my sharp in, just make sure they're all down in there. Not too bad, because, you know, if you start seeing them germinate and you get like gaps in between, you can, you know, if you've had your seeds semi-soaking, you can just drop them in. Right, just cover them up. Same again, I'll soak this tray in some water till I start to see it going darkish on top. I'm not going to wait till it's glistening, because that'll overload it with water then. But it is draining, so I mean, you could put it on a bit of cardboard or a towel or something, just to get rid of that excess water. You know, you leave the cover off it for a couple of days, naturally evaporate. And it's just so the compost then is holding exactly what it needs. Right, that's it. Everything's sown for this week anyway. I've got both lots of sweet peas there, so we'll see how they get on. So it's just, I mean, that way's north. You know, it's as much light as they get here. Can get a bit chilly on the windowsill sometimes. I do have a little thermometer on the other windowsill. I have some like parrot plants and everything on the other windowsill, so but they manage. I would say, you know, every couple of days, spin the trays around, just to make sure they get sort of that sort of heat. Or each day you could just turn them round. I'm just going to pop these lids on, because it is a snug fit. Usually I have both windowsills to go out, but the other one's still cluttered up. So it's just an idea of trying to stack them up. So there's the sweet peas, and I've got the these are all the brassicas. Lids aren't actually a good fit, these ones on the brassicas, but they should do. I've got the vents open. The vents aren't open on the bottom ones, but they've got some cracks in, little holes in these, so they will sort of vent through a bit. Here's me lettuce, my rocket and everything. Like I say, and as soon as they start to germinate, which would be things like probably the cabbage first, followed by lettuce and sweet peas. But sweet peas might fire pretty quick. As soon as I can see, you know, a good variety of like little, we see like the hook of the plant come up, before it brings its two leaves up, I'll give them as much actual daylight as I can, so they'll go out in the polytunnel. To give them some like, I've just got things like peppers. You've got to be careful because obviously if they get that wind chill at them, that can kill them off. But I'll keep the lids on out there. But as soon as they, especially the brassicas, as soon as they got like an inch tall, it's okay for them to get a little bit of breeze, as long as it's not icy cold breeze, and they'll be fine. Because that just signals them to get a bigger trunk on them. Right, so this is the fun part now, working out where I'm going to put everything else. Right, so I've got here another tray over here somewhere. Yeah, that'll do. I need one without holes in for me spring onions, because quite a bit of water in them. They will rock about a bit like that, but I mean you can always, like I tend to do, I'll get half an old clothes bag. Just sit that underneath like that. It just kind of stirs it up, and hopefully nobody knocks them, otherwise they'll come cascading down and I won't be very happy. So I just need to sort a lid out for that, which I've got somewhere. I don't know if I've put with all my lids. Oh, there they are, they're over here. I mean, kitchen's absolutely chaos at the moment, so I'll get all these on here and I can get cleared up. And pretty much once these have gone off here, it gives me room to do the tomatoes then. Obviously in this one here is the peppers. Put that there like that. I'll actually just move this across so it's over both of them a little bit. Help stir the whole lot up, and that's it. Big stack of trays. So they don't need stacks of light, but I mean, if you've got these tall lids, it does allow them. These are quite short, you know, so it does get a bit dark. But I mean, the fluorescent tubes do help. All the light bulbs in this house are daylight bulbs. So I think it's 6,400 Kelvin, which a bit brighter than usual warm white, which are 2,000 something. So you know, there is an element of the house light that I choose. Does help a degree, you know, but it's not nothing beats actual natural daylight. So I think that's everything sown for now. I mean, like I said, I've got all my onions. I've got to figure somewhere for them to go. I might pick one of the other windowsills for that, or just leave them over, because they're on the freezer at the moment, just put on the lid. So I might leave them on there, 'cause that's only a backup freezer that's full of stuff. Well, you know, just until they germinate, and then they can go outside. So that's it for this video. So take care, and I'll see you next time with tomatoes. I might link the tomatoes with some pricking out. I don't know. We'll see how the old tiredness goes, and if I can squeeze another video in, if the ground dries out, I can do some prep work. So take care. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and there's links in the description below for certain types of things that I use on the channel, and any more information will be in the links, you know. And also, you know, if you want to help donate to the channel to help support it, much appreciated. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.